The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. It is 2 minutes after 4 p.m., time for the 4 p.m. 411 here on WLCN 96.3 FM. We are back, and Mabel is happy. I don't know if she's happy or not, but she's acknowledging our presence. So our guest, actually today, we're switching things up a little bit. Last week with the proximity of the show to the new year, we decided not to have a show. So technically this is our first Tuesday of the month where we're having a show. So our guest once again is Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch. Mayor Welch, thank you for being here. Happy New Year and happy wrapping up of the holidays, I guess.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Sure thing.
Always
So
a good time.
yeah, so why are you here, Kitty? I don't know.
She jumped up there the last few times I've come in.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know what's going on here, but anyway, so here we are, 2024. What's I was going to ask, are you at a point where you can kind of look back on 2023 and kind of gauge this went well, this is an area we could improve, or do you have to kind of wait a little while for, I don't know if there are like tax numbers or different indices maybe of year-end data that you received?
Yeah, I mean,
decisions.
I think the city's done a very good job of, first and foremost, being fiscally responsible and using taxpayer dollars to the best of our ability. And we got a really great team that puts a lot of thought into that. Give a lot of credit to the budget committee last year and all the department heads who worked to put those numbers together. In a lot of cases came in under budget or right at that. We're getting ready to go into that process again, and we'll see how it goes. But, overall, I think we got a lot done in the city of Lincoln over the past year. Some new and exciting things, I think. New businesses coming to town, economic developments seems to be thriving pretty well. So, depending on who you talk to, I think Lincoln's doing pretty well.
Right. Yeah, they're always going to have different opinions from different folks. You mentioned budgeting as being one of the things that you think went fairly well last year, and that process begins. For those who maybe aren't familiar with it, the budget is adopted, or the budget takes effect in, is it June or July?
It takes effect on May 1st.
May 1st, okay. Yep. So I was wrong on both counts.
Yep.
But as far as the planning for that budget and sort of divvying out who gets what, can you kind of go through that process as far as how those decisions are made and how those determinations are made?
So usually every year, I and past mayors have done this as well. We'll look to some council members to sit in on those meetings. We call it the budget committee. It's not an officially formed committee. It lives as long as the budget process does, but that usually involves the treasurer, myself, department heads, those council members. I try to put 2 on there, and they sit down and they have conversations with each of the department heads to try to project the things that they need for the coming year. Do we have enough money to cover those needs? If not, where can we find the money within the budget for, if other departments don't need as much,
right.
Things of that nature. Then we start talking about, equipment, salaries, pensions, insurance, pay, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that process goes on, and then after it's in a pretty good solid draft state, send that to the council for some discussion. Maybe we'll make some adjustments. We typically do, mm-hmm. and then the council will vote on it and adopt that budget for the coming year.
And then I had a question. I've not been involved with city government, but I've sat on some budget committees and faculty committees determining mm-hmm. budgets and things like that. Is it true of the city of Lincoln that it is true of most places I've worked where the majority of your expenditures have to do with salary and benefits?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the largest part of our budget.
Yeah, and so is there, I would assume you want, obviously you want to treat your employees well and give them mm-hmm. a fair wage for a fair day's work and so forth, but are there things you can do within that sort of sphere of salary or benefits and insurance?
Mm-hmm.
Are there things you can do to try and save money without compromising those benefits to your employees?
Well, it's a fine balancing act. It really is, because as you said, these employees work hard for the city and they deserve a fair wage. Matter of fact, that was one of the things I fought pretty hard for this past year for some of our employees. Unions, obviously, our unions have negotiations to help ensure their benefits. Mm-hmm. But we also have needs, right? We need to keep up roads, building, maintenance, equipment. So we have to make sure that we've covered all those bases. In my time at City Hall, we haven't had to reduce or lay off people or anything of that nature, and I think that goes to show that we are responsible with the money that we have available. Mm-hmm. But also, we just put in the tax levy. We voted on that, and we kept it flat this year because we think we have enough money to meet the needs. So it's really, you got to look at the very big picture and make sure that you've balanced everything out.
Right. Okay. Once again, our guest is Mayor Tracy Welch, Mayor of Lincoln. 217-648-5510, the number to call if you have questions or comments or suggestions or ideas for whatever it might be, programming or things with the city. Here we are in 2024, so a lot of people have New Year's resolutions, personal ones. Do you, as mayor, is there something you've sort of, whether it's formally stated or not, sort of decided in your own mind, hey, this year I would like to do for the city to achieve this, or I would like to do better with this in terms of, whatever it might be, meeting with the public or particular department or part of the process of your duties as mayor?
Yeah, I think I do a pretty good job of interacting with the public. I'm out a lot, and I have the coffee with the mayor activities we do every couple months, and the turnout on them is pretty good. We'll usually get 5 to 10 people show up for those. We sit down and have really good conversations. But yeah, I would like to see the momentum that we've got with the city continue moving forward. The grant program that we have has really made a significant difference with a lot of the buildings and properties in our town. And one of the things with budgets we're going to talk about is how much money to put in that program. I'm going to fight pretty hard to make sure that we continue to fund that program. But also we're looking at new and creative ways to get more roads done with the amount of money we have. It's just a lot of good momentum that I want to keep going.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. We are just about 10 after, so we'll go ahead and take our first break. Once again, our guest is Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning to the Viewpoint program. Dara Entwistle will have, I don't know why the computer flashed over there, but the Viewpoint program will have Chris Grau as well as Patrick Doolin going to be here talking about EVs and the current status and the future of those in Logan County. But as I mentioned, our mayor here is here today, Mayor Tracy Welch, so we will be talking with him until the 4:30 time slot. Feel free to give us a call. We will be back in 2 minutes.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
And we are back on the 4 p.m. 411 here with Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch. If you have questions or comments for Mayor Welch, 217-648-5510, the number to call. And if I can operate the equipment correctly, let's see if we can get this caller on the air. Caller, are you there? Do you have a question for Mayor Welch? Nope. Maybe not. All right, apparently not. So, once again, 217-648-5510, the number to call. Let's go ahead and try it one more time. Let's see if this makes a difference. That's line one. Hello, caller. Do you have a question for Mayor Welch? All right. Well, it's going smoothly so far. If you're trying to call, I apologize for the technical difficulties. Yeah, that's line 1, and that's line 1, so it should be on the air. We will, if you want to keep trying to call, we'll keep trying to get you on the air here. But in the meantime, Mayor Welch, we were talking about meeting with the public, but hopefully third time's a charm here. So let's see. This is up, and that is line 1, so hopefully. Hello, caller, are you there? Oh, you know what? I think Mabel pressed something. Let me see here. No? All right, how about...
Oh, Mabel.
How about now? Well, we're trying. Not very well, but we're trying. So, gosh, everything looks like it's where it should be. So, my apologies if you are trying to call in. We are obviously having difficulties getting the call on the air. Let me see if I can just get a dial tone on the air. Something's going on there.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. But that's... I think that's in the headphones and not in the studio. All right, well, at least I know. All right, fourth time's a charm.
Give it a test.
Let's give that a try. So this is line 1. All right, caller, are you there this time? Hello? Yes, we can hear you. I'm not sure if it's going out over the air or not, but we can hear you. You can't hear us. That's kind of an issue. All right, can you hear us now? All right, and now we can't hear you. So, my apologies. Did that make any difference? Can you hear us now?
Nothing yet. There you go.
All right, well, I appreciate the diligence here. Let's go ahead and try this line. Caller, can you hear us now?
I can.
Yay, and we can hear you. So I apologize for that.
Yeah, I hope we don't have this going on tomorrow morning for my show.
Oh no, we'll have all the bugs worked out for you. That's why we do this show. It's just a precursor to yours. So, do you have a question for our mayor?
I do. Tracy, I got a healthy conversation question for you.
Sure.
What, for Mystic Greens, for example, what does the city see in tax base from them?
So,
if you don't know, I don't mean to put you on the spot either. I apologize.
well, we have not got our first tax check from the state yet for their operations. Right now we're just kind of doing some loose projections based on where Harristown over by Decatur was at, and they were getting about $13,000 a month. We know we won't see that much because they're getting traffic from a larger community like Decatur, but I think we're optimistic that'll be $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 for those, and that we did pass a 3% tax on that one. So we tried to position the city to get what we could based on what the statutes allow.
What about then circling over to the old Bonanza building? I know they're supposed to be infusing. Does the city benefit a little bit from what they get there or not? I mean, I know they're not selling, but they are, working in there, per se, like production-wise.
That's a very good question. We've not tackled that one. Now, obviously, they're going to be employing people and paying wages,
right.
and they'll also be selling product to Mystic Greens, which in turn we'll see revenue from. But I'll look into that and get back with you on it.
No, I appreciate it. I was wondering, I think it's great. So like you said, some people agree with these types of businesses and some don't. And I think at the end of the day, we should respect everybody's opinions. But also at the end of the day, it's bringing some form of a revenue, whether it be jobs or, tax dollars. So I say kudos. But I was just curious because I know, the hemp industry is completely different on tax basis. So
yeah, and you bring up a very good point in that, I'm indifferent on the topic myself, but the individuals that were going out of town to purchase those products are now staying local, and so that money is staying here within our community. We're going to have a conversation at the council here really soon about where we're going to spend that tax revenue, because if you've paid attention during the tax levy discussions, our pensions are severely underfunded, and we really need to start looking into things like that, and this is a way that we can help with that. And that was also a deciding factor in whether to keep our tax levy flat or not, which we did this year. I don't know what'll happen next year.
So one more healthy question kind of popped into my head. From what I recall, and again, don't mean to put you on the spot, just a question. I do know they were saying it. Some people in town were visiting, or if I read it, I apologize. I can't remember where I heard this. But Mystic Green at this point in time is not allowed or cannot, I don't know if it has to do with their licensing, to sell to people with medical cards per se, or be licensed to do medically and only be licensed for recreational.
Yeah, I've spoke with the owner about that, one of the owners, and that is correct. What they try to do to balance that out is offer a 20% discount to people with a medical card. So not being a person that purchases that product, I don't know where that kind of puts a person on the spectrum, but at least they're trying to accommodate those individuals.
So it's a two-part question, and so you answered that. So that leads me into my next question. Are they, and I don't know, like I said, with state licensing, I mean, it's a whole other regulation. Are they going to be able to sell, medically, get that medical license piece that they're missing, or component at the moment? Are they going to be able to do that in the future, or has the state kind of said no, this is only what you're allowed to do? Do you know anything about that or not? If not, no worries. I
really don't. I haven't had a conversation with the owners about that particular topic, but I would say that they're really great businessmen and women that are running that, and I think if that opportunity presented itself, that would be a natural choice for them to make, because obviously they're helping a bigger customer base by doing that. Right.
Because I do know. It's people do have to leave Logan County or per se to purchase medically and that. And I was just wondering, curious. So anyway, so wonderful. Well, thank you very much, and stay safe. I hope we don't get this weather like you're calling for tonight, so that I can have Viewpoint in the morning. So
Thanks.
Anyway,
you as well. Be safe.
All right. Well, hope to see you tomorrow. All right. So Dara Entwistle, the host, is it host or hostess? I don't know. Is that I think hostess is a sexist term, isn't it?
I'll leave that one alone.
Okay. The host of Viewpoint, which once again will be on tomorrow with Chris Grau and Patrick Doolin, talking about things to do with electronic vehicles, charging stations, and so forth. We are at the 4:21 hour, so we'll go ahead and take our second break. Once again, if you have questions for Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch, 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can send us an email, 4pm411@WLCNonline.com. We will be back in 2 minutes with Mayor Welch.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm Agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
We are back on the 4 p.m. 411, and if the equipment is cooperating, hopefully we have a caller on the line. Caller, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, very good, and we can hear you. So apparently we worked our kinks out. Do you have a question for Mayor Welch?
Well, I sure do. I had a son. He went to Lincoln College, and then he went 2 years there, and then he went to Lincoln Christian University. I just wanted to know what kind of plans they have for the building there as you come in off of Nicholson, and what might be happening with Lincoln Christian University.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, I would love to give you some solid answers on that one, but that's the $50,000 question. Lincoln Christian University, first, we'll start there. They have sold some of the property to Open Arms Fellowship, and Open Arms has taken up a pretty big footprint out there, and I think they're doing a really good job of utilizing that property. Now, obviously, the press release was put out that they will be joining or transferring their operations to another location. So that's what I know about LCU.
Yeah, they transferring their operations, you mean LCU?
LCU.
Not Open Arms.
No, LCU is transferring their operations. They're combining with another, is it a ministry or another?
It's Ozark Christian College, I believe, or something like that.
Regarding Lincoln College has definitely been the hot topic. All I can tell you at this point is that the board has been pretty adamant about keeping the museum in place over there.
The Lincoln College Board?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lincoln College, yeah, you follow me. The Lincoln College Board, they are very adamant about keeping the museum there, and because once those artifacts leave that building, it's hard to curate that collection again. But regarding the property itself, if you've followed anything about Lincoln, you'll know that there was some rumors going around regarding the reopening of the college. I didn't have much to share on that particular topic, but it created a little bit of a stir locally. I'm still optimistic that something's going to happen over on that property. It would be a shame if we couldn't make that happen, but really the fate of that property is in the hands of the Board of Trustees at Lincoln College, and I know that they're actively pursuing options.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure if that answered your question. I gave you a lot there.
Yeah, no, it did. I'm just losing two colleges for a town of Lincoln size. It's got to smart, because all those kids pump the money into that area. So
yeah, substantial loss to the community for sure. Obviously, the students that were here, great loss for them and that educational opportunity. Great loss for the faculty and staff that was employed by the college, and our businesses as well have seen obviously a loss of revenue. We continue to see businesses open, and I think the local economy is starting to thrive a little bit, but that definitely did not help our situation. So you're right.
All right. Does that answer your question, Colin?
Thank you very much for calling in.
Thanks for calling. Yeah, another aspect of that, also the labor force, and college students coming down here looking for part-time jobs. I'm sure they, turned to the local businesses and helped fill some of their needs as well. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, definitely felt all the way around. And you've got a big announcement for us on that, you say?
No. Okay.
Thought I'd try. Let's see. We're heading toward the 4:30 time on the clock. So coming up this Saturday, you have an event.
Coffee with the Mayor.
Coffee with the Mayor, and that's 9 a.m.
9 a.m. at Guest House.
You would probably get bigger crowds if you would go at 10 a.m. because we have cheap seats on from 9 to 10. And
is that it?
That's the number one sports show emanating from Logan County between the hours of 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. on Saturdays.
Is it?
It is.
Well, maybe we can change it. We combined it at one time.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we did do that.
We could do that. This event, this one's at Flossie's?
It's at Guest House this time.
Okay.
We need to switch it up for the next one. It's at 9 o'clock, so come out. I'll buy you a cup of coffee. We'll sit down and chat about what's on your mind. I usually bring one of my department head staff with me, a council member. I do know that Westwood Hall code enforcement officer. He's going to be with us this Saturday, and yet to be determined on who that council member will be. Weather's supposed to be a little iffy on that day, but we're still going to go ahead and give it a try.
Right, okay. And something else we should probably get in a plug-in for, since it's still January, the sewer payment situation.
Yes.
Once again, the council approved the pay you for a year and you get a discount. Can you go over that real quick?
Yeah, last year we reinstated the 10% discount for sewer bills. And so between February 1st and February 20th, if you are interested in getting a 10% discount on your sewer bill, please go to the clerk's office, and they will give you all the details on that. If you don't opt to do that during that window, you will not have an opportunity until the following year.
Okay, very good. So let's see. We are at 4:30. I'm looking down my list here. Gosh, I think that might
Fire
be
chief.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we've got a new head of the fire department.
Yeah, just really quick plug. Ty Johnson was, I recommended his appointment to the fire chief. Chief Donosky retired after 20 plus years, I think 27, 28 years.
Okay.
And Ty has been a assistant chief. We went through an interview process, and Ty was selected. Council approved him, and he's like 2 weeks on the job now.
Right, yeah.
Doing a really good job so far.
I've heard good things, and I, of course, have contacted him to be on this show. He said he was going through, he's kind of buried in paperwork at this point. Maybe hit him up in a month or two, so he's on my radar.
Good.
So once again, coffee with the mayor this Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., or until people are no longer there. I mean, you've said before, if people are there, you'll hang out. So.
We've gone as late as 11:30, but you want to talk, we'll stay.
Okay, very good. We unfortunately can't do that, so we'll go ahead and sign off now. Once again, the Viewpoint program tomorrow with Chris Grau and Patrick Doolin discussing the state of electronic vehicles and charging stations and all things related to that topic. That will happen tomorrow morning from 8 to 8:30 at its, I guess it's sort of a new time still, and we'll be back next week with the 4 p.m. 411. We will have a representative from Heartland Community College, I believe, is scheduled for next week, and be talking about some of their programs. But for this week, Mayor Welch, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We will talk again next month. And for Mayor Tracy Welch, this is Loyd Kirby. Thank you for listening and watching. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.